hey, so lighting should be less of an issue now. I actually got myself one of the flips, and it was pretty sweet, so I didn't have to deal with a lot of the money issues when it came to it. I was able to actually trade it for a DS Lite, so I no longer have any way to play such classics as WarioWare Twisted, other than my Game Boy Micro, but it was definitely a worthy investment, because now, even though it's pretty dark, at least with the camera that I would have had, it would have been pretty low lighting. You probably wouldn't have been able to actually see me at all right now. And also any inside lighting, almost like it's coming from my eyes, as compared to me having to put on some lighting filters and things like that in the editing section of it. So Mass Effect 3, one of the games that they were showcasing off over at E3. It looks pretty sweet. I can't wait for it. It's definitely going to give my Kinect some usage, since mainly the only thing that I play on that, like everybody it seems, is Dance Central, which still for me is the reason to own a Kinect. Always been a big harmonics fan ever since playing Frequency and Amplitude on PS2, going into the first two Guitar Heroes and then Rock Bands. So Dance Central was the reason for me to buy a Kinect. But back to Mass Effect 3. So far, it actually looks really amazing. Just even the Kinect implementation, just to make the experience a little bit better. So you can still play it like normal, and of course if you have it on any of the other systems, the PC or the PS3, you'll be able to play it on the controller. You'll be able to play it on the controller on the 360 as well. It's just to implement voice recognition technology, so you'll be able to pick your dialogue choices. Shepard will speak it in game. You'll be able to position people, so it'll be like, Garrus, move forward. Switch your guns. You'll be able to make your attack. We'll be actually fighting the Reapers now. They brought the fight to Earth, so we'll see how that gets to play out, and I can't wait to hook up with the castmates again. My personal favorites for each of the games have been Mordin, Garrus, and Thane. Garrus was the only returning member from the first one, and I've been waiting to try to get those action figures, but they canceled that second line, so I might never get the chance to own Garrus or Mordin, which are my two other favorite characters in the Mass Effect series. I bought the Thane figure. Let's see some of these other games on the 360 that we can look forward to seeing. So one of the ones I'm looking forward to, just basically because the art style, is Rayman Origins. I know you'll be able to see most of these videos online if you look on all the different websites because of E3, but I'll showcase just a little bit of how amazing it looks, and you'll be able to see it just from the camera here. The detail in the art, I think, is amazing on this game, especially for cartoon-like graphics and that kind of stuff. It looks beautiful. It's like if Ren and Stimpy came to life. So you can see it's up to 4 players, it's co-op. You'll end up doing a lot of platforming like old school Rayman experiences, at least Rayman 1 you could say, but of course it's like Disney quality graphics, which I think is pretty amazing. This one's actually going to be for the Gunstringer, which is a game that's coming to Kinect. It was originally supposed to be an arcade title on Xbox Live Arcade, but it's by Twisted Pixel. They're the guys that made Explosion Man and The Maw, and more recently Comic Jumper. But what's going to happen is you're actually going to be taking control of a character like a marionette, and you're going to be able to shoot and move him around, and it looks very innovative. When they first announced it, I mean, they said it was going to be a retail title, and then they changed it to an Xbox Live Arcade title, and now apparently they want it as a retail game. So the thought of getting it for 15-20 bucks is probably gone now. But hopefully that'll make the game that much better. I can only cross my fingers. Child of Eden is another one of the Kinect games on the 360 that looks pretty amazing. It's by the guy that made Rez, some of the portable music games, Luminous, and on the, there you go, Luminous, which was actually on the PSP, and Medios on the DS. But it's almost, it seems like it's a spiritual successor to Rez. Of course you can see that's actually what you'd be doing in the game, so if you can imagine Rez with motion controls, that's basically how the game plays. Of course you can play with the controller too, so they have multiple ways, which makes it a little bit easier, so you don't, oh man, I don't really want to stand up to play this game, although that's going to be the only way that I'm going to do it. And it's just supposed to be trippy, mixes in music with everything. Pretty awesome looking experience. BioShock's definitely another one of those games I'm looking forward to. I still haven't got a playthrough 2. Granted, of course, it's not actually by Irrational Games, number 2. But this one is. It's by the people that made the original BioShock. And it looks amazing. So instead of being in an underwater city, you're actually in a city above in the sky, above the clouds. Living the American dream, basically. It's supposed to be like an American utopia. Some of the other games I'm really excited about is the new Tomb Raider. I've never been too much of a Tomb Raider fan. In fact, other than the ones that came out on the 360, I never played through all the original titles on the PlayStation 1 all the way. Probably played a few levels, or I might have rented them, but I didn't really care too much about it. But the way that Laura looks now, and they're trying to make it more realistic in the sense of giving her character and knowing that she's fragile and that she's able to get hurt, and let alone she's going to die a lot depending on the way that you play the game, and seeing that kind of stuff and making her more human instead of like she was a superhero before, basically, it really adds a lot to her and makes me want to play that game and give Crystal Dynamics a shot with it. Here you can see Luigi's Mansion running on the 3DS. I'm not going to show you in 3D because, of course, you can't see the 3D effect from the system, but it looks like a GameCube game, the quality of it, which definitely gives me hope for a lot of the 3DS future titles. Hopefully it comes out sometime this year and doesn't wait until 2012 to be released, but that's one of the ones I can't wait to play. The new Super Mario on the 3DS. Once again, hey, you can see me through the camera there. Just because the system itself is so slick and shiny. But you can see it looks like a mixture of playing Super Mario Galaxy. So you have the power to, of course, jump on the piranha plants. Some mixture of things there. And one of the things that you'll notice coming up pretty soon is a lot of the enemies and power-ups seem from Mario 3. You can see the Tanuki suit right there. Granted, it's not the original Super Mario 3. He's not just wearing the hat with the ears and the tail. It's the full Tanuki suit. Although one of the things that you don't see at all in the trailer or shown, if it'll be a possibility, is if you turn into a statue by wearing the Tanuki suit. So we'll definitely see that at some point. If it's there or if it's not, you know, we won't know until release or if they have any information about it. But as you can see, it's very classic Mario gameplay, mixing 3D levels with 2D. So something to look forward to. Here's Eric Carman singing Poker Face.
Meh 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 meh. 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 I wanna hold him like they do in Texas Plays. Fold him, let me hit me, raise it, baby, stay with me. I love it. Love can make you listen, play the cards and spades to start. And after he's been hooked, I play the one that's on his heart. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. I get him high, show him what I got. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. I get him high, show him what I got. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, 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 pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, man, man. I wanna roll with him, a hard pair we will be. Cards are true and you can go and suck a trick. Love it. Russian roulette is not the same without a gun. And baby, when it's love it's not rough, it isn't fun, fun. Oh, whoa, oh, oh, whoa. I get him high, show him what I got. Oh, whoa, oh, whoa. I get him high, show him what I got. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, 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 pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, 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 man. Go and hug a tree. I won't tell you that I love you, kiss or hug you, cause I'm bluffing with my muffin. I'm not lying, I'm just studying with my love glue gun. And just like a chick in the casino, take a bank before I pay you out. I promise this, check this hand cause I'm Marvel. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Can't read my, no he can't read my poker face. She's got to love nobody. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, 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 pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Nobody. Pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, 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 pop, 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 poker face, pop, pop, poker face. Man, 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 man. There you guys. So it's pretty cool. So, I mean, depending on how much you like that performance, I could sit here and do different karaoke for you guys with different voices.